Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to National Matters. I am your host, and I must admit that tonight is yet another night. And so, to help me look back on today and what transpired, I requested the presence of Dr. Musharika, who is in the studio with me. Dr. Musharika, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Pastor, and good evening, viewers.
Amen. I want to say to the people of Zambia, Dr. Musharika, you know, I have, like I said in the conference, I have flown to different countries. I have gone to the US, UK for conferences, name it, business, church, but this one, it's not because my wife and I were hosting you people, but this conference was just mind torturing. When I say mind torturing, because the things you people were teaching, you feel like this conference must be over. Let me start. Let me start running. It was just too much. My goodness. Have you been attending such conferences, Dr. Musharika?
Well, Pastor, I must say today was just another day. And clearly, we have gotten quite some feedback from the people who participated. We have over a few years been going around to talk, but I think it is from that experience that we realize that talk shows will not change our lives. What we need is, as it were, to put people on pins so that they don't sit. You know, because I think the greatest challenge that we have had as a nation and perhaps as a people is to absorb a lot of knowledge and just use it to show that we know something. And I think this conference, which you have hosted so well, as the people who attended today would attest, is structured in such a way that someone is saying, on your marks, get set, go.
You know, during lunch, as I was going around the tables, someone said, Pastor Chiroba, why didn't you think of hosting this in a stadium?
Wow.
So that the Zambians could have been here. And I said, you know what? The people that came are the ones God wanted to see.
True.
Because they are pioneers, bishops, reverends, apostles. I mean, today, even the sermon as you heard, that it will be a different ballgame again. Because attending such a conference, then you go and stand and start preaching the normal services.
No. It's not on. It's not on. But I think, I guess I agree with the people that talk about why not put such a thing in a stadium. But like I always love to say, if you want to pollute the Zambezi River, don't spit in it.
I like that.
But your saliva is too little, you know, for that volume of water. So when we get it from the people saying, why not put this in a stadium? All they are simply saying is, look, we don't want to be surrounded by noise from people that have not been here. Because when we'll be saying one thing, those that are pulling in another direction are far too many. You know, and this is why I was commending the men and women who chose to come with their sons, their daughters. We saw Engineer Chiwala coming with his son and daughter. I got a call from another man who came with his son. And they were saying, look, our language in the house has changed.
My goodness.
So I think when we hear people talking about why not put this in a stadium, the language is, this is a revolution. You You know, this is a revolution. It's a riot against poverty. And to win this riot, numbers matter. You know, and I think this is why we are so encouraged that we are saying, tomorrow it has to be different. You know, tomorrow it has to be different.
You know, my wife preached on a sermon some time back on the power of one. How one man
Yes.
can change the entire nation.
Correct.
Think of Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Because of that punch,
Yeah.
many years later, Obama becomes
president. The dream is fulfilled.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And the people were in the hall tonight, I mean this
Today.
day.
Yeah.
I looked at them. I can tell you where they are going. They will do damages.
They will.
Because all the people that came there,
Yeah.
the things that you people offloaded, I can assure you, the language is different. Totally.
And the interesting thing, Pastor, which I never expected, was how nationally represented the conference was. I mean, to think about people from Chirilabombwe, Chingola, Chipata, Livingstone, Mumbwa, Nalubanda, you know, you are talking about a country in one place, you know, and so to me, it was even more challenging for the speaker because you are asking yourself a question, what has made this person travel from Mansa?
From Mansa.
From Mansa.
And all the way from Chingola.
All the way from Chingola. You know, I mean, talking about all the way from in one end of the country to get to the capital city. And then they sit there and they begin to challenge you, Pastor, that look, we don't want to go.
No.
I was moved.
No.
We don't want to go. We want to be here even tomorrow.
And
Because, yeah.
like you are saying, others have just refused. They say, we are paying even tomorrow.
Oh,
We are coming at the gate, we'll pay and get the stuff. And some of the speakers we haven't heard, we'll hear them
we'll hear
tomorrow.
them tomorrow.
Now, somebody to pay twice,
Yeah.
to just come and
Yeah.
listen
Yeah.
from the things that,
Yeah.
that is something.
Amazing.
That
Truly
is something.
amazing.
You know,
Yeah.
if it was spiritual things, as Christians, you would simply say that was an overflow of anointing.
But I guess it was. Because still getting back to spiritual things and the economy, the spiritual things are nothing without the economy.
Absolutely.
Because the essence of existence is economic in nature, you know, and the value of a Christian is in the economy, you know, because ultimately we know very well that particularly men and women who are Christian, you are an ambassador of Christ. And to be an ambassador of Christ means to do what exactly Christ was doing when he was on earth. And what things was he doing? No hungry person came to Jesus and went back home hungry. No depressed person came to Jesus and went home still depressed. No sick person came to Jesus and went home still sick. So if Christians are to be ambassadors of Christ, it means we need to do exactly what Christ did. So what did Christ do? Like Dr. Kachaka was saying today, he actually paid taxes. You know, and the tax came from the fish industry. You know, he fed the multitudes from the agricultural sector. You know, he did all these things, and finally he commands his church, be my hands, be my legs, you know, be my presence in my physical absence. And this is why conferences such as this, and literally every person who spoke went back to God's word.
Absolutely.
And everyone went back
Absolutely.
to how resource rich we are. And I mean, we're all feeling guilty, you know, when we tend to become extremely religious and ignore the work that must be done by people that are Christian. Yeah.
You know, something that hit me, Dr. Mushalika, is the fact that you people, God has blessed you with such knowledge, such exposure. And I think, I don't know if it's Dr. Chwala or Dr. I think it's Engineer Chwala or Dr. Kachaka. One of you, or it's Dr. Kachaka, Dr. Engineer Chwala, when he was talking about Clive Chiro.
Exactly.
Our engineer,
aerospace engineer.
That a prophet is not honored
in his own land,
in his own country.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a conference 3 years ago, which was organized by my friends in South Africa. I flew there to go and attend. The breakfast was 1,500 rands. Breakfast. And the tickets were taken. You know why? Because Bill Winston was speaking.
Yep.
Bill Winston was speaking. And my friend, he made me have one-on-one chat with Bill Winston. And a year later, we invited him here last year, you remember? So, to think of the place in Sandton, jam-packed for breakfast, hearing one person speak. And here is a conference where you just say 500 kwacha.
Only.
And all these speakers, one after another, are loading you with stuff which you can never hear in church.
Exactly.
Never.
Never.
No insult, no what, but down to earth issues. You know, when we were chatting up the platform there's a young man who came. He said, Pastor Chuba, I come from this area. Count me as a millionaire. You hear what I will do. Because the land that he has and everything, he just said, Pastor, I have never heard things like this. Never in my life. And he's going back, fired up, starting, immediately gets back home. And here is somebody listening to this conference and hearing, bring your 500 kwacha, come and listen. In the meantime, they are driving a car which is on E. Begging money from everyone. And here is a conference that is saying, wait a minute, before you start driving, what is it that you want to get out of life?
Exactly.
I like what you said the other day when we were here, Doctor, that the value of people. You know, that went home. It went home so much that my wife and I were discussing that it's true, values. I remember preaching on the church on the subject that I'd entitled The Towel of Jesus or the Mantle of Elijah. Which one would you pick?
Yeah.
The Mantle of Elijah for miracle.
Yeah.
And the Towel of Jesus. Which one would you pick? Because Jesus just got the towel, wrapped it around him, and he said, Peter, let me wash your hands.
Yeah.
No miracles. There was nothing. He just said,
I just want to wash your feet.
To wash your feet. And they said, Master, no, we can't. He says, if you had known this, you could have washed my feet.
Yeah.
But imagine the king, the God who created the universe, humbles himself to start kneeling before the people he had employed. I think it's you or one of you speakers who said, when Indians are working or Chinese, you can't know who is the boss.
Who is the boss? Yeah. Yeah.
But here, they would know you are the boss a kilometer away.
You're the only one standing with hands in the pocket and pointing. But getting to your point, I mean, looking at the value, what do we value as a country. You know, I was speaking to Alfred Mumba. He came from Kabwe. He's an old colleague.
He was in the
He was in the conference. He's a dairy farmer. He walks out of there and just says, look, I didn't know. He's vice president of the Kabwe Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Oh.
Yes, he was in that conference. And he says, look, this message needs to reach the Chamber of Commerce. Because we are sitting as Chamber of Commerce. And the people are asking questions. What can we do? And then I come into this conference where speaker after speaker is telling me here's an opportunity. Okay? And you come in and put the glue around it, where you are challenging each one of us and saying, you need to have an analysis of your life. It must pain you. Now, I still believe, Pastor, that one of the greatest challenges is this absence of introspection. The absence of introspection. Think, sit down. When I attend this conference, what is likely to happen to my life? So because of the absence of introspection, we move as a crowd that has no agenda. Okay? So football match, we need entertainment. We rush there. Kitchen party, oh yeah. What will they think about me if I don't attend this? Weddings, we're always available. But when we talk about things that will separate you from the crowd, you know, things that will make you valuable in your family, we seem to be under some pressure from some unknown force which tells us not to value these important things. So tomorrow we are continuing.
Oh, Jehovah.
Tomorrow we are continuing, and I think the appeal we are making is, look, yes, you have missed today, or you had already made up your mind to attend tomorrow's conference. Just find a bit of time, if you know someone who attended today, and find out.
Just give them a call.
What is happening in this conference? Just give them a call. If it is someone you can talk to physically, just visit them and talk. But perhaps just to share from my own experience, from my own exposure in today's workshop, one of the biggest questions Zambians are asking is, where are the opportunities? With all these huge tracts of land that we have. Now, going through one by one, who knew that you could be a millionaire through raising village chickens? Now, come and listen to Martin Salanda.
Can you imagine?
And how he talks about the basics of success in this humble industry. And think about it. It's just 6 months from the day you have day-old chicks to the day you start picking your eggs from village chickens. And look at the whole value chain.
My goodness.
The incubation services, the feed provision services, the trader, the go-between services. It's all in one place. Look at the horticulture industry. When Himbai comes and tells you there is the break-even, point, and I can show you how to make money from cabbage. I can show you when to plant and when not to plant, and what to plant at what time. Where do you get such information for such a cost?
You know, when Himbai was sharing, he talked about having foresight. And he talked about planting things that will move you from this stage to another.
Yes.
Now, when he was talking about rape,
and he says it's a poor man's crop.
When he was talking about rape, Engineer Chwala leans over me and he says, you know that this is a poor man's crop. I said, Engineer, I couldn't agree with you anymore. Because you can imagine my mother was selling rape. She went to the grave. She went to the grave doctor. She didn't buy a house. She couldn't buy a bicycle. She raised us through selling
Rape.
rape. But it was, she sells
She gets salt,
Yes.
cooking oil.
salt cooking oil, we eat, and some for carpenter.
Tomorrow back.
And she keeps some money for orders. Just like that, I saw my mother go through that. I finished my Bible college through that. Now, when Engineer Chwala said, Pastor, do you know that this is a poor man's crop?
Yeah.
And I remember what one of the speakers who was coming to the country, Israel Campbell, he said here on Camnet, he said, Pastor Chuba, you know these whites, they are very smart up there. They knew that if they give us this knowledge, Africa will be out of debt. Because it's a known fact, Dr. Musharika, that as we projected, if Zambia comes together,
Yeah.
without a doubt,
Yeah.
we utilize our land, this nation
Yeah.
would be getting not less than $50 billion
Yeah.
every single year.
Yep.
$50 billion
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, tell me, if we grow and develop, we start going to $150 billion, which contractor can we pay? The other time, Engineer Chwala was just saying that, Pastor Chuba, you know, the plan was that as we make these roads, we were going to open up the whole Zambia so that they own, he explained it, we own our own cement factory as Zambia.
Wow. Wow.
So that all the pockets of cement which are coming there, they go to the roads. Because this tar, it's a thing of the past. It's primitive. You've been to Japan,
Yeah,
you've been
sure.
to South Africa, you've been in other countries. You don't use tar.
No.
You use concrete. And we have that potential.
Exactly.
The whole country can be concrete. No potholes. The whole country. But look at the primitivity that we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Chwala, today I don't know how I will sleep today. Like I said, that this was information overload.
It was. Oh, it was.
Information overload.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Jehovah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must invite those of you, I beg you by the message of God, whether you are bishop, whether you are apostle, you are a rich businessman in Zambia, or the richest at the moment in Zambia, attend tomorrow's seminar. You know why I'm saying this,
Yeah.
Doctor?
Yeah.
Imagine some of these rich people we have. They come and receive that information
Yeah.
with the money they have. Because somebody has said there are some people with rich ideas but with no money.
Without cash.
And others who are very rich but with no ideas.
With no ideas.
They are just rich by default.
No, but I mean, ultimately, what should please a rich person is the level of influence. And when I talk about level of influence, it's not theoretical influence. It is how many other people have you lifted. So there could be rich people that we are talking to this evening and who are saying, look, I'm busy, I have an appointment somewhere. This is the time to sponsor someone. You know, this is the time to tell someone, look, I can no longer pay school fees for you. I don't think handouts are a decent thing, but I am now kick-starting you. Attend the seminar. And look at the things that the people are talking about.
Oh, Jehovah.
Dr. Kachaka and his fish issues. And the figures, the amounts of money. You know, Engineer Chwala with the plantation, the Hass avocados, and the value addition, which is ready to teach people to do. You know, then you are talking about
Dr. CF.
Sievo. That one, I don't know if I should talk about it now.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
Oh, you can talk about
I think we should.
it. You can talk about it.
Who knew that there's already so much information regarding production of hemp? production, I mean, people talked about cannabis, and all those stories around cannabis. But who knew that we have already moved so far in terms of how this will happen and is already happening?
And putting the difference.
Putting the difference.
Scientific difference.
The scientific difference between dangerous marijuana and the medicinal marijuana, and also how this whole process is going to have a very clear legal framework, how the government agencies, the Drug Enforcement Commission, are already in place to support those that are getting into it in terms of ensuring that they are legally safe, and also the byproducts of this thing, the biomass, and how much money can be generated from this. I didn't know that there was going to be this.
That knowledge, doctor.
And so for the people that have all these huge tracts of land, time has come.
Oh,
When an investment that shall outlive you, you know, an investment that many years after you are resting in your grave, people will be thanking you for having done that.
Oh,
and all this is being received in a conference at Government Complex.
Without exaggeration, doctor, not because we are hosting this,
No.
I repeat,
No.
I have never in my life attended a conference like this
Yeah.
one. Never.
Yeah.
Where people are not selfish with information. And here is one thing somebody said, Pastor Chiluba, you mean I can be a millionaire within 3 years?
Yeah.
Why has this information not reached us? Why hasn't it reached the masses out there? And somebody would just be there with land, 10 hectares, 50 hectares, is fighting for its dengue material,
Yeah.
party, legal,
Yes. Yes.
and
yes,
even saying,
yes.
"Abanga tabalipu,
Bonsabani Bangwere, including the husband
Twala
and-
is under- including the husband.
And the father.
Oh, Jehovah
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, no wonder, doctor, the Bible says, my people
Perish for lack of knowledge.
Just knowledge, knowledge,
Knowledge.
nothing to it.
Knowledge.
You know, sometimes you sit like this. I'm a senior pastor, Dr. Musharika. I'm a senior pastor. And when I say senior pastor, I've been a pastor since 1982.
Wow.
So I've got some
Now you do.
some experience. If it's a CV you are
Yeah, no, it's
considering
quite-
for a job,
Yeah.
you can't throw all the years
No.
of experience in down there. But you know, you sit in that conference, you think like going on Sunday. I will apologize to the people for everything I've been teaching. Only a few sermons will be kept, but in terms of money,
Yeah.
in terms of managing your life, I must go to the nation and apologize.
Oh, yeah.
After this conference,
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like you're an idiot. You know, especially with this fire as Pentecostals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The people that will miss tomorrow,
Yeah.
do you think after 1 year they can catch up?
Why should we even talk about 1 year? But I think for those that are getting out of this conference and getting into action immediately, because one of the things I advise is go in the direction of your dreams now, whether you are ready or not. You know, there's a very interesting passage of scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, you know, where Solomon is advising people not to procrastinate. He says, he who considers the weather will not plant. You know, he who looks at the clouds will not
Cannot
reap.
sow.
You know, you love the amplified version.
Absolutely.
It says, anyone who waits for all conditions to be right will not plant. Now think about it. Someone walks out of this conference and they make up their mind I'm going to plant 10 Hass avocado trees.
Within this week,
Within this week.
I must plant 10.
And someone who didn't attend the conference remains in the same position. Why are you talking about a year? The difference begins this week. Someone decides, I am going to start village chickens. When I get a chicken from my mother in the village, I'm not killing it. I'm keeping it. And within 2 months, it has laid 18 eggs. 15 have hatched. You are telling me it will take 1 year to see the difference? Those who will move in the direction of their dreams, immediately after this, the gap will be irrecoverable.
Mr. Director, give us the advert, please. I am begging by the mercies of God. This has nothing to do with which political party you belong to, which church you belong to. If you love Zambia, if you love your family, if you love to have a dream of changing this nation, my dear pastors, bishops, whether you and I are not friends, come for this conference. I'm just appealing. And those of you church members who say, my pastor hasn't told me to go there, mukafuila mubuchushi na pastor off. I'm telling you, you should be able to say, time has come. You know, there is a scripture, Mr. Director, before you give us the advert for the conference, and also what they said about this, give us Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Chapter 9, verse 11. This scripture, Dr. Musharika, came to me afresh again. No one can say, I
had no chance.
I had no chance. No. Please give us Ecclesiastes 9, verse 11.
11, not 7.
9:11. Again, I saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, or bread to the wise, or riches to the discerning, or favor to the skilled. Rather, time and chance happen to all of them. Time and chance happen to all of them. Do you know, Dr. Musharika? I was at this Kablonga some time back. I was at the Kablonga filling station. I went to put petrol. But on this side, at this Puma station, on this side, there were 2 cars. So I decided to go where there was one. And this thing, oh my God, it was so wonderful that I didn't know what make was this vehicle. So in my trying to see, and it was made from Germany, tailor-made. There was no that symbol of the Benz. It was just like, so I park behind and I'm trying to just check. Then there was a bumper sticker which was there, and I made a mistake to read because up to now I took offense. This man, I'm following him, and the bumper sticker was, the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. The price of their toys. I looked behind, there was no car. I reversed. I reversed and went to another family.
Leave this guy alone.
The car was driving. So I said, now, are you saying I'm
a boy?
Because, and my mind ran so fast to the gun. When a boy has a gun, it's those toy guns which produce
water gun, yes.
But when a man has
a
toy,
gun,
the price of that toy. So it just made a lot of sense. The price, the difference between a man
and a boy. It's the price of the toys.
The price of their toys. I said, and this today, again, it came back.
Yeah.
That the price you get there. When I went around the tables and during break, I said, do you feel that 500 was worth what you... He says, Pastor, now I understand. Most of them said, I thank God you just put it at 500. Because this information, you can't pay for it.
No.
You go for consultation, you pay 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 just for what we have heard today. But 500, and somebody says I'm busy. Today is gone. Tomorrow is another.
Lusaka is done.
Lusaka is done. And Copper Belt people, let me tell you, once you see the adverts, I have been a student. My wife loved it when you said in your lecture, you said you have believed this, but today let me school you. I wasn't there, I was arranging for Kembo's entry into Zambia.
Yeah.
And my wife, when we were driving back home with my daughter, they were just talking about the lecture to say, for sure we were school. And all of you in Copper Belt, P.S. Nundwe, you know P.S. Nundwe?
I know P.S. Nundwe.
My goodness, the firebrand of a man.
Yeah.
You know, Cabinet, thank God for Dr. Chagwalungo, P.S. Nundwe, his passion for this. We've talked about our trip to the Copper Belt, but don't let 500 deceive you. Don't let 500 deceive you. If you have 5,000, I can tell you what, the best investment is to take 9 others.
Exactly.
The poor, from what I heard today, Doctor, I wish my relatives in Chawama and John Howard had come. Because before the end of this year, they will have been preparing to leave John Howard.
Exactly.
They've been there for too long. Now, it's not that I'm regretting that I didn't pay for them or invite them, but there is a chance. For all of you that are watching tonight, oh Jehovah, Mr. Director, give us that advert.
Yeah.
Give us the advert. Tonight is tonight about the conference.
You are all invited to the Lusaka National Matters Conference on the 24th and 25th of September.
Time 08 hours to 16 hours.
Theme: Unlocking Zambia's Potential Through Raising a Generation of Generational Thinkers in Agriculture and Fish Farming. Venue: Government Complex. Charges: 500 kwacha per person, lunch inclusive. Speakers: Engineer Bernard Chiwala, Dr. Collins Kachaka, Mr. Salanda, Dr. Joseph Mushalika, Mr. Victor Himbai, Mr. Gilbert Banda, Siabula Prosper Sievu, Dr. Lubinda Habazoka, Israel Kembo from Zimbabwe, and your host, Pastor Victoria and Moses Chiluba. Note: limited numbers allowed due to COVID-19 restrictions. Make your payments through MTN Mobile Money on 0962 382535 or Airtel Money on 0979 753010. For more information, you can call the same numbers. Hurry before you are left out.
Camnet TV viewers, I beg you by the mercies of God, as Dr. Mushalika said, if ever you know Any person that attended this conference tonight, give them a call. Just give them a call and say, please give me the briefing of what you heard. And if ever you thought you have it, come and sit under these men and listen to what they are offloading. Pastors, again I appeal. Pastors, irrespective of which denomination, Catholic, Pentecostal, Baptist, what, pastors, reverends, bishops, priests, tomorrow we are starting at 8 o'clock. The reason why we delayed for an hour today is because it took about an hour to set up the system. And everything has been set. Everything is left as they are intact. Tomorrow at 8 hours sharp, bam, we go straight for it. Because the things that these men are offloading, oh Jehovah. Did you even feel tired, doctor? Because you know, like in church,
Yeah.
you cannot have a conference where this speaker is finishing, immediately another one comes, and the people are glued.
Yeah.
You are failing to go to the bathroom because you think I may miss one word. In church, there is clapping, there is dancing, there is singing, you know, to just kill that boredom. But
What was interesting, Pastor, was there were no ground rules. No one wrote anything anywhere that put your phones on silent,
yeah,
don't walk around. No
Yeah.
one did that.
yeah,
But the people, when they began to get the messages, just told themselves, the phone can wait.
by the way, I didn't see people answering phone calls.
No phone calls, no people walking around. And the next thing I enjoyed again was question time.
Question time.
Question time. It was every row had someone who wanted to ask. But there was a huge challenge. The lady who said, if there's going to be anything that is done as a group, begin with us.
Don't invite people who haven't attended the conference.
Don't go to people who have not attended the conference because they don't have what we have.
They have no information.
They might damage a good intention.
That was the point.
I agreed with her. Because if, for example, we are going to say, let's have a CAMNET cooperative, a CAMNET cooperative to address a chosen area, how do you get in people that have missed the beginning?
You start teaching them.
You're going to waste more time.
It means Dr. Musharik has to sit down
We
with
have to
them.
get back, and we don't have the time to do that. People want to work. So I totally agree with that sister who says, if there's going to be something, start with us.
On break, I was bombarded with that. People saying, Pastor Chiluba, what that lady said.
Oh,
Don't go outside this conference because now we are like a family. We have heard everything from these speakers. So don't make a mistake of bringing other people into this.
there you go.
Hey,
And so tomorrow is a big opportunity for those that are saying anything coming ahead of this, I am in it. You need to be present tomorrow. You need to attend it.
Mr. Director, give us some clips. We hear what people said. The one you showed on the news, if there are other clips, I didn't listen to the news because
I missed it too.
Even me,
I
was-
missed it. Yeah.
Please give us some clips. We hear what people had to say.
CAMNET TV, through its leaders, Pastor Moses and Victoria Chiluba, are responding to the call of diversification in the agriculture sector and generally moving away from the comfort zone to other economic activities, especially in agriculture. In this regard, a 2-day seminar with a focus on agriculture and aquaculture has been organized aimed at equipping participants with knowledge on the two sectors. The seminar hopes to make people think outside the box. And speaking on the sidelines of the seminar, Dr. Prospas Yavola has encouraged the people to venture into herb farming by explaining its benefits both on health and economic level.
Hemp is one of a crop which belongs in the family of Cannabis sativa, and this plant is beneficial to us as human beings and also the business part. Why? Because in cannabis sativa we have what we call CBD, cannabinoid, and that is what is extracted from the plant. So in this CBD, right now in the world, it has a lot of value in it because it's used for treatment of different ailments, starting from HIV, cancer, epilepsy, and various other diseases. Right now in America, a lot of doctors have resorted to cannabis as part of the therapies in medicine, and it has done a lot of benefits. You know, cannabis is so safe that even a 1-month-old baby can take in cannabis without effects. So hemp is what we call cannabis sativa. In cannabis sativa, we have the CBD component and the THC component. And the THC component, which we call the tetrahydrocannabinoid, is the psychoactive component, which is less than 0.3%. So hemp is basically friendly for everybody to consume. The financial part is that hemp is a very high crop in terms of a cash crop. It produces a lot of biomass and the oil itself.
Another speaker at the seminar, Mr. Victor Himbai, also added his voice with a talk on horticulture.
It is one of the most lucrative businesses in the world, especially here in Zambia. The advantage is for the people is that it is a quick money spinner. When people invest into this sector, they make money quicker than any other project that they do. And then the other thing is that the initial cost of investment is less in terms of horticultural business. That's one of the advantages. However, this sector has a number of challenges which need to be addressed at the policy levels. And one of the challenges are the invasion by the outside markets, which has taken out our market. Like, for example, imported products coming into the country, which have taken over our market here in Zambia. And if that one can be deterred, obviously the local people will enjoy the market and then supply the product around, and then it will increase the productivity. However, the other challenge that is there is that there is also unpredictability, which is caused by what we call volatility on the market.
Other participants have also expressed happiness at the information shared, adding that their lives have changed for the better.
3 months from now, I won't be the same like I came or as I've been operating. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a baker, I bake wedding cakes and birthday cakes, but now I know how to take my business forward from what I've gained from here.
To the event, of course, I had a different perspective of my country. I've always been dreaming to live in the diaspora, to live in countries like Nigeria, countries like South Africa, to live in the United States, to live in other countries, as just to have some time to go outside. But because of the conference that I've attended today, and with the message that we've been given, of course, it's been a turning point for me.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Wow. What a testimony.
Yeah.
From cakes and everything. She says, I'm going to another level.
Yes, clearly. And this is one of the things that people should not miss out in these conferences, because she's one of the ladies who came to see us and said, look, I thought I was just coming here to pick out some ideas on growing my business. But I've noticed that I've come here to also see other opportunities. So there is this component which we just talk about and perhaps never really get into seriously, the issue of networking. Because people are now seeing an opportunity through someone who has already experienced the challenges that go with a particular business. So someone already says, look, I now know where to build up from. and see me 3 months from now. I'm a different person.
And the young man is saying that I wanted to settle outside the country.
I wanted to go outside. I wanted to go to South Africa. Not anymore.
You know, that is a mind shift. Because you know what? A lot of people, when they go outside the country, they think they are making money. My wife and I addressed a group of Zambians, both in New York, in New Jersey, and also in Boston. You can't believe the way some people live.
Oh, yeah.
You think they are in America, they are making it, and yet they are cleaning toilets. Others are guards there, as long as they are saying that I'm American. And the others, because of living in a poverty environment, some guys came and said, you know, Pastor, that one has had no job, that one. They were pointing. And they say now those guys are into homosexuality.
Oh, no.
That's how they live, and they are earning here. They can't go back. They have no papers. They have no what. Now you turn yourself into a pig. When right here in Zambia, the knowledge that you offloaded, I just go to the chief and say, Chief, Penikofika 10 acres.
10 acres. 2 acres.
2 acres. You start flying to Sweden. You start flying to New York. 2 acres. No, I think like someone said, it's a crime to be poor and to live in this nation without any value.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, there's someone who loved to say, when we were much younger, do you want to go out of the country? Yes. What? This is okay. So there are different types of refugees. There are political refugees, and there are economic refugees. But the common word is that you are a refugee.
That's right.
You know, so you get into a country where no one respects you. You know, you remember not many years ago, Zambians who went into Botswana were called Makwerekwere.
Makwerekwere, yes. Makwerekwere.
And you know what that means?
A foreigner? Or a refugee?
Refugee. You are an economic refugee. You have run away from your impoverished country to come and survive here. Now look at the country that you are calling impoverished.
Can you imagine?
Look at the country that you're calling impoverished. You know, there's a nice video I was sharing with some people that why does everyone rush to Zambia to make money? It is because there's money in Zambia. You know, you can't go to a poor country, Pastor, to become rich. You can't go to a poor country. So it is an issue of awake Africa, awake Zambia. Just wake up, you know, put back all these things that have held us back for so many years. And just tell yourself, it is time to awaken. And particularly for those that have been around for a while, surely we should be thinking 30 years from today, our children, in what country will they live? What kind of country will they live? And if we don't set the foundation for them now, they are going to be slaves in their own land.
And the worst part of it, Doctor, is that, you know, even when we are campaigning, politicians, when they are campaigning, their minds are on cheap substance, cheap stuff.
Back to value.
They don't come and say, when I become president, when I become an MP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll change this. Hold me to my word. All they talk about, vote my party. You know my party. Vote my party. Excuse me. Why don't you give me your promise?
And what is worse, Pastor? And if we are going to go the political route, what is worse? You want to stand as an MP, especially in the rural parts of Zambia. Qualification number 1, I was born here.
Can you imagine?
So even if you're an empty head, your qualification is that you were born here. Qualification
I
number
am
one.
your garbage.
Number 2, I belong to this party.
Eh,
And this is our stronghold.
can you imagine this? Oh, Jehovah.
And so at the end of the day, the voter is a ladder.
Oh,
The voter is a ladder. And what is the price for the vote? T-shirt, some chitenge material with someone's husband's head,
eh. And the chibuku.
chibuku, and that's it.
You are a woman, instead of carrying your husband's picture.
You
in
are
a
carrying
chitenge.
another husband, someone's husband. So we are saying through this conference,
Yeah.
what will emancipate people from these embarrassing situations is attaining economic freedom. And how do you attain that economic freedom? It is at personal level. And what is the bridge that makes you cross over? Climb on the shoulders of those that have gone before you.
Oh, Jehovah.
And these people are available in this conference. These people are available in this conference. Yeah.
When you hear Salanda saying, I've tested money,
Yeah.
I've tested money, and the money is handling,
Yeah.
he can pay some general managers here in Zambia at 29 years.
At 29.
And some boys are going in the youth, in the bush, to protest. You know, these things, they get on my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Just protesting
Yeah.
for jobs.
Yeah.
They are not protesting because they have a piece of land.
No.
You know, that is that kind of thinking. Zambians, let's get out of it.
Yeah.
Let's get out of it. You know, I like what somebody said in the conference. He said, I'm quitting the job
Yeah.
to allow those who don't have jobs
Get in.
to get in. Me, I've tested something here.
I heard that.
Others are quitting.
You are rushing in.
You are rushing into it. And like Salanda said, I think it's Salanda, where a teacher, somebody is even crying. Pastor was trained 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I've not been picked.
Yeah.
And you are fighting
Yeah.
for 500,000 pension money,
Yeah.
which you can make in 3 months.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
3 months,
3 months.
500,000.
Yeah.
But you spend 35 years.
Yes.
Na choko walwalira mona cancer.
No, but this is it's like what you were saying on the businesses that don't grow. I call them amakwe wayalunshingwa, economic business.
Yachizwezwe.
Chizwezo, you just get into this thing of work, salary, spend, broke, work, salary. You're in the same position. Now, the essence of this conference is that we must be thinking growth. For those that are in employment, they should actually be thinking, what percentage of my salary is going to be my initial capital for my business? What percentage of my loan? We live in a country where we get loans to buy liabilities. We get loans
Oh, Jehovah.
to buy liabilities. Someone gets a loan and goes to buy an Ipsum. And so you are driving a loan. You're going around with a loan around the country. If you have a privilege of getting a loan, plant avocados. Get beehives.
Get a loan. And
If you have the privilege of
can
getting
you
a
imagine
loan,
that?
buy an incubator. If you have the privilege of getting a loan, get an oil expelling machine. If you have the privilege of getting a loan, so that the repayment of the loan is from the asset, then you are using other people's money. But if you're going to get a loan to buy an Ipsum, which breaks down before you finish paying the loan,
You go into bondage.
the borrower is the servant of the lender.
I have told this story. The firstborn in Mom's family came to visit us in Kabwe many years ago, I think 1975, 1975. He comes from Chensari,
Yeah.
staying with my brother, 10 Zambezi Avenue in Kabwe. And we were going to see my aunt who was admitted in the hospital. Now, in those days, of course, walking to that Kabwe General
General
Hospital,
Hospital.
it was fun.
Yeah.
As we were going, I met my friend. So on the way, we started talking in English, and Uncle was just standing there. He looks at me, doctor. He looks at my friend. He was very fascinated. Then he goes like, and he starts walking away. That was Uncle. He starts walking away. About 10 meters, he stands there and is waiting for me to finish.
Yeah.
So when I went to join him, he says, my nephew, in Bemba now, I'm very impressed with your English. I was very happy to see how you people are twisting your tongues, you know. And my sister's done a good job. After that, he laughs. Then he says, but can I tell you something? This English you are speaking, it's not because you are educated. Because you know that if I don't learn English, I won't eat. He says the English you speak, it's because you want to learn saying, give me.
Yeah.
Give me, I beg.
It makes you,
You
it's a
become-
begging tool.
Yes, he says, it's not that you are educated. I said, uncle, you mean you can't know English? He says, for what?
I don't need it.
My farm. I eat what I want. I've got village chickens, I've got pigs. He had a comfortable life. He says, why should I need English? But you know that if you don't speak English, you won't eat. And at that time, I just laughed. But you know, it made a lot of sense.
It did.
Think of China now and Zambia introducing Chinese as a language in schools. This is another slavery.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is because
Yeah.
10 years from now,
Yeah.
if you don't learn Mandarin,
Then
you are done deal.
you can't beg.
You can't beg. Now think of Dangote. Would he waste time to
go
start
and learn
learning
Chinese?
Or his children to learn Chinese? They will be welcomed at the airport in English. But here is a poor man learning Mandarin, learning English. You even send your children overseas and they come with shaving like that of a peacock, and you are saying, no, my son is in the New York, you know. When they are just beggars.
I tell you.
May God give us the grace.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
All of you that are watching this broadcast, tomorrow, let me give you a chance. Tomorrow, head to Lusaka Government Complex. Before 8 hours, 7:30, you are there, you find people on the desk, and they are going to sell you the tickets. But those of you, like I received a phone call from Pastor Kalambo from Mansa. He has arrived with 3 people.
Wow.
From Mansa, he said, Pastor Chilova, we are here. They just came for a conference. Now, those of you that bought your tickets for Friday, don't miss it for anything. I promise you, the group that was here, that attended today, and you that are attending tomorrow, you are enough to change this nation. That's my belief, Dr. Salah.
You have summed it up.
Oh.
You have summed it up. So tomorrow, we have a team being added to today's team. They are going to receive the same message. They are going to get the same punch. And at the end of the day, we will be talking about 2 days conferences in Lusaka done. What is next?
Oh.
So no one would want to be left out of the what is next.
Oh, Jehovah.
Yeah. So what is next? What is coming after this? Already people were asking, so what happens to us? I said, look, your details are here. There is going to be a powerful WhatsApp group.
I'm telling you.
There is going to be a powerful WhatsApp group. And in that WhatsApp group, we are going to be sharing
information.
Who is who? Who has started what? Who needs market linkage?
Oh,
Who
Jehovah.
needs to? So, I mean, I wouldn't understand why anyone would find a reason for not being part of this.
And you know, all the people, they were concerned. If you heard, most of them
Yeah.
was the concern.
Yeah.
Please don't leave me out of this.
Don't leave me out.
Don't leave me out of this. I want to see this thing in Zambia explode.
Exactly.
And that is their fear. And we said, you are all in the CAMNET database.
Exactly.
Any one of you who bought the ticket through this phone,
Is in the
any one
CAMNET
of you that
database.
registered, and you are in the CAMNET database. As Dr. Musharika said, we're coming up with this club,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
WhatsApp thing.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if my director is ready with another clip of
Yeah.
people testifying what God is doing. If you are Mr. Director, give it to us so that we can open up for phone calls and make sure that 7:30 you go to the conference center. You say, Pastor, but I didn't buy the ticket. I didn't register. These speakers and all the people that were there felt that we should give chance to more people. So those of you who are coming, you are coming at a reduced price, but those who attended this conference today, we have given them a special rate because they want to be there.
Yeah.
Think of them. They were there today, and tomorrow they are coming.
They're coming.
So we told them, okay, pay 50% of what you have just, because they really want to listen to this over and over and over. One man told me, Dr. Musharika, he said, you know what, Pastor Chuba? I'm coming to the Copper Belt.
Hey.
Once I hear the date, I'll pay here and I'll rush to the Copper Belt. I just want to be part of what is happening in Zambia, because people didn't even know we have information that you people have. Most of those people, including me, I must say, that I know what God has done into your life. I know what you speakers, the grace in your lives. But sitting down and watching a person and listen to their teaching, it's just something. You can't explain it.
Very true.
Mr. Director, while you are working on your clip, please give us, open the lines, and let's pick up the phone calls from the people that God has blessed. Those of you that want to ask the questions, and you say, Pastor Chiluba, I really want to find out about this conference. I don't want to be left out. And you know, when I was introducing this, Dr. Musharika, I said, and I keep on saying, in every church, in every society, there are 4 groups of people. Group number 1, those who make things happen.
Yeah.
The trailblazers. You'll find them anywhere. What you saw in that conference, those are the people I say, irrespective of the cost.
Yes.
They say, I'm going anywhere. That is the group. Group number 2, those who wait for things to start happening.
Watching
First,
from a distance.
Let me see. You know, like Joseph of Arimathea who
Yeah.
carried the cross
Yeah.
of Jesus. So this group is also important because it encourages people to walk in faith. But there is a third group. The people who just watch things happening. They are just watching. They can't participate. They can't do anything. This group is also interesting. And the fourth group, those who don't even know what is happening. They don't even know there is an economical revolution in this nation. They have no idea. Do you know, Dr. Musharika, that what you said there, all of you speakers, what is happening right there in this nation. If we had said, let's put it to be live on Camnet TV, you know that hole will have been small tomorrow, by tomorrow. But when people asked me, Daddy, are you putting this? My wife and I said no. Pampering people, telling them, no, even if you don't come,
Please
you can
watch.
watch on. No, I just said these teachings are not going to go on Camnet. Whoever doesn't want to come, let them not come.
And reap the consequences.
Absolutely. Give us a phone call. If you are calling the studio, it's 968 675 273. That's the number for the studio. 0968 675 273. That number is for the studio. When you call, it will go direct to our directors, and then you'll be heard here. And remember to turn down the volume on your TV set. The number on the middle is for you to send a text. Those of you that were there today, and if you want to send a text or call and testify of what you heard, you can be a witness. A witness is somebody who was there when something was taking place. And so you say, Pastor Chiluba, I was there. Let me call and tell the people of Zambia how much they've lost, how much they've left, they've missed with their families. Please give us a call. And of course, the WhatsApp message there. Now, Dr. Musharika.
Yes, sir.
What would you think of the people that are not even bringing their children, the adult children?
Challenge. You see, the theme itself.
Yeah, let's pick up this call first. And let's pick up the call first. Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir.
My name is Justin Pastor from Freedom.
You are?
Justin Pastor Justin from Freedom.
Pastor, you have missed out. I thought you were coming.
That you said that the conference is coming to Kitwe after Lusaka.
Yes.
Yeah, so first I want to appreciate the fact that this has become a reality. I think that there's need for us to change our mindset in Zambia. Zambia is not a poor country, it's a very rich country. The conference that is going on in Lusaka right now is a conference to change the mindset. There's no way we'll develop the nation without developing the people. We appreciate government is developing the infrastructure, but infrastructure alone without developing the people, and infrastructure will be vandalized.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm asking if this conference, apart from Lusaka and Copperbelt, if this can be turned into a provincial conference, from Lusaka to Copperbelt at your own convenience time, you also look at other provinces where this conference can be taken, so that all the 10 provinces of Zambia, can benefit from this, regardless of the fee that is being charged. The information, the rich information that is coming through, it's so helping, and it's able to revolutionize our minds and in turn revolutionize Zambia. Right now, we have been encouraging us not to sell land, but in fact to acquire more land if we can, which is very helpful. All these foreigners who are coming to Zambia, there's one thing that they are coming for. They are coming to buy land in chunks.
I'm telling you.
Huge, big chunks of land. So encouragement that we buy land, we acquire land now, is very timely. So I want to find out if this can be turned into a provincial conference at every province in all the 10 provinces of Zambia. And also that after the conference is over, but all the teaching can be put into pamphlets so that they do farming, as they do different things. Thank you so much.
Now, Pastor Bwalia.
Oh.
Okay, it's gone. You were too fast for me. Listen, Pastor Bwalia. That's our son in Mufulira, the wonderful pastor. Let me admonish you. Please start preparing. I say this, you are my son in the faith. I would want you to succeed in Mufulira. Prepare not just 5,000.
Yeah.
If you have 10,000, pay for certain key people in your church. That investment, you will never regret. What do you think, Dr. Mushari?
I mean, what? It's the same thing I was talking about. Don't pollute the Zambezi River with a little saliva. Pastor Bwalia, listening in Mfulira, and I know how active Mfulira is. You know, I've always told them that, look, the mine towns must actually take the lead in showing the country that this is not what will develop individual families. They need to take advantage of other opportunities available in the Copper Belt. So let's have the numbers, you know. Fortunately, we have had people from Copper Belt, even in the Lusaka conference.
They said they want to attend.
They can't wait.
They can't
and
wait
they
for
can't
Kitwe.
attend just one.
And they said they are even attending the
They're
one.
attending the Kitwe one.
Yeah.
So that's the way to go.
But you answer him. He's saying, from Kitwe,
Yeah.
what next? There is also Solwezi,
Yes.
there is Kasama,
Yes.
there are 10 provinces. This is what he's saying.
He's on point.
He's on point.
He is on point.
Pastor Bwalia, we have put those measures in place. We'll be announcing the dates. Let's pick up this call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Mape, speaking from Solwezi.
Mr. Mwape from Solwezi,
Yes.
please go ahead and talk to the nation.
Just an appeal.
Yeah?
If you can be recording some videos, remember your conferences so that you post them on YouTube, so that a lot of people can go and access.
Okay, Mr. Mwape, your appeal won't be successful. Because Jesus said, when he spoke to the disciples, you know, when he spoke to the people, he spoke in parables. You remember?
Yeah.
Then when he was with his disciples, he said, to you,
Yeah.
it has been given that I reveal the kingdom to you. So the teachings that went to the general public and the teachings that went to the disciples were two different settings. And my wife and I felt this, all the speakers, they were recorded professionally as Camnet TV. But I can assure you, we're not going to waste. You remember Jesus again said that you cannot give
bread
to the dogs or to the swine or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people will just end up smashing these teachings into the mud. If somebody is pressed and say, let me attend this economical revival, whatever cost, even if they hear we are in Kacholola,
they will come.
They will come, whether there is a hotel or not. So the position of us, Camnet TV, to start spoon feeding the people, no, I can pick this teaching on Camnet. No. Let's not cheapen certain things. We'll keep them as they are, and I'm very grateful. Hello, good evening. Good evening, sir.
This is Pastor Musonda calling from Philadelphia.
Pastor Musonda.
Yes, I called the other day from the Southern Adventist Church, Philadelphia.
Please go ahead, man of God.
Yes. First thing, I want to thank you for telling the previous caller that you cannot put this information on the YouTube. Because if that information goes there, then you value the people that are teaching us that is helping us. Information is power. You have to buy information in order for you to live well.
Amen.
So on that one, man of God, may the Lord bless you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please. And for the people that we are teaching, we continue praying for them.
Amen.
Because we want also that speak. Through their teaching. And we're following them like bees on is it nectar? We'll be following until we succeed.
Absolutely.
Sure. The other thing that I wanted to ask you, man of God,
Yes, sir.
is that you talked about politicians that go around and they campaign, I was born here, and they give the thing, they give the drinking, the people this grant. Is it not possible? Is it not possible, man of God, that maybe you organize, because most of these MPs, even when they are on their research, it's rarely that they visit their constituencies. They want to, go around, begin going around Lusaka, chilling around Lusaka. Is it not possible, through God's grace, that some of these guys can be fished out and be brought before these men of God? That something is put in their minds as they go to their constituencies. They should not take beer there. They should teach people what is right in order for us to stop begging. Now, Zambia has become a country of beggars. From the first to the least person.
Yeah.
Listen to the speeches when people go out for the beggars begging. It is not about begging. What's a country? Where everyone starts looking to be given. And yet God has given us that. We need to develop for this country ourselves. May the Lord bless you and bless your ministry. May the Lord bless the
Amen.
to speak. And even when they'll be talking to people tomorrow, let them be blessed.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Two things, Dr. Musharika,
Yeah.
what he has brought. I want to go back to the teachings that you people are offering.
Yeah.
Have you seen how even riffraffs in marriage,
Yeah.
because of the so-called Vanachimbusa, they take the sacred teachings which were intended for certain people.
Yeah.
When you are getting married, they prepare you. Now everything is on TV and radio. Even Changanya of teaching.
Yes.
Yes. And if
Yes.
you are properly taught Nachimbusa, you can't appear there. And sorry to say this, because we are taking things which are sacred and we are throwing them. Now here is a girl who is watching Vanachimbusa teaching things.
Yeah.
What is the point of her being taught?
Forward.
She will say, I will show it on YouTube, and Vanachimbusa becomes irrelevant. So when it comes to this teaching, we are not going to even make a mistake. We are making this for Camnet TV, and we told the people who attended that once we do their DVDs, they can come and buy.
Yeah.
They can talk them and remember that I was in this conference. You see?
You cannot dilute matters of this nature. You cannot dilute them just by throwing them to whom it may concern.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think we cannot do it that way. And thank you, Pastor Msonda. When you say knowledge must be valued,
Absolutely.
I think that's a message Pastor Msonda is
telling
putting
you.
across. I know him. I know Pastor Msonda
Oh,
in
you do?
Chilirabombwe. Yeah, I know him. We do some work together. We'll actually be carrying this message to Chilirabombwe 17th and 18th October. But if that will be the time before we do Kitwe, then we expect the whole Chilirabombwe in Kitwe. So, Pastor Msonda, keep on reminding people. If you have people in Lusaka, tell them this is not a conference to miss.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have a clip of some people that attended this conference, and let's hear what they have to say at this hour.
It's not where you were born, it is the DNA of greatness. And so when we talk, please come, pay the 500, they see 500 is something. If we teach people to be cheap with low minds, I want you to know that I want to raise a generation that can think.
So the question we ask is, where has Zambia gone wrong? And the answer I give you today is, we have not always been like this. We have not always been like this. This nation was a prospering nation at its own pace. It is a nation where our ancestors, the people who bore us, were tilling the land, even producing a province called the Maize Belt. It's a nation where our forefathers could make sense of copper and make copper process. It is a nation where our forefathers could get into the bush with bows and arrows and hunt game. A nation where we could catch fish in our rivers. A nation where there was no malnutrition and there was no extended family because we were all one people. So where did the confusion start from? Two roots. Two roots. I am not being anti-Christian, you need to understand me. The first root, my brothers and sisters, is that we were the envy and continue to be the envy of nations that don't have what we have. We were the envy and we continue to be the envy of nations that don't have what we have.
The time has come now to create value in these men and women around you and around me. When people fail to think on their own, somebody must think on their behalf and lift them all up. Because if these are lifted up, you are lifting yourself up and lifting the family and society and Zambia up. And this is what we are doing now. I've always said, the development of Zambia for a long time has depended on the government. All these years we sit and look to the government to do for us, to build the economy of Zambia, the government.
It's really wonderful. My name's Banda Bonfrey. I'm 63 now, married with 7 children. My last born is graduating this year, is doing economics at the University of Zambia. But I'm a farmer. What I've come here for is really a plus to me. It's a wonderful thing. I'd like to appeal to those people who are still closed up in their cocoon to come out. This is an eye-opener. I think as a nation, this is the direction we should go. We have wasted so much time bickering, creating hate against each other. That is, I think we should stop. We should stop that. We should concentrate in being productive. We should concentrate in being productive. This country needs us as citizens to be very productive. Hey, there's too much. There's too much. We are stepping on wealth, but we are complaining. I think we need to change our mindset and start so that we must start using our hands. We must all stand up and start working, and this country will go very far. It's an eye-opener. Oh, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to this country. This is the direction we should go.
Hi, my name's Paxina Msondakataya, and I'm very happy to be part of this program. This program has actually benefited me on so many levels. For instance, I got so many things that I never expected to. I was enlightened, rather. For instance, on the resources and on the talk about resources and the many skills that we may have within ourselves, but we are not using as individuals. The other thing that I've gotten from this conference is the many things that we take for granted, like plants that can actually empower us financially, and this calls for a lot of thinking back home. It calls for a lot of reflecting. As an individual, I really want to reflect, come up with a personal plan in the year to see where I am right now and where I want to see myself. So it's really been impacting on so many levels.
With the conference, it's a very great conference with great speakers. We have learned a lot. We thank God for what is going on. There are great speakers who are teaching us how to do things, and I believe that after this conference there will be a lot of change, especially for those who came to hear. When you look at the kind of the teaching, is something that will be help for each and every person. So for me to be found here, I would say it's a blessing. I've learned a lot. May God bless the speakers. Thank you.
Wow. Testimonies.
I don't even know if we need to go any further.
Yeah.
Clear. These are people who were there. They have said it all, and it's very revealing to us. It is also telling us that the message is well packaged. The message is very clear. But it's something that I love. It's not just that it was nice, but I am going to do.
Life-changing.
Life-changing. I'm going to do. You know, I have this to take home. I think that to me is refreshing.
You know, the second born in our family, General Chiluba, retired. He's got a way of telling you that this meal is very nice. You know, when you are eating and you ask him, General, how is the meal? He would just simply say, you know, Pastor Chiluba, this meal, you just need a reminder. Somebody has to remind you at Chikulu Busheta Nomba Tamuikuite. And that's what you prepared for us.
Yeah.
That's what you prepared. Yeah. Let's take up the cause. Camnet TV viewers, listen. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, today, find the money. At whatever cost, you just say, I am going to pay. I will be there. This plea that I'm making to you, you forever thank Jehovah that Pastor Chiluba, may God bless you for encouraging me to come on the last day. I know what I'm talking about. Hey, let's have the messages while we are waiting for phone calls, Mr. Director. Messages from the Camnet TV viewers so that we can take up what people have to say. If there are no messages, I may understand the other time, Dr. Musharika, this thing crashed. I think 2 days ago, we could not handle the phone calls, messages, and all this. But Mr. Director, if we do, I would like that you just give it to us so that we can read the messages. In the meantime, let's pick up the call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Mrs. Namakando, calling you from Livingstone.
Madam Namakando.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
I'm the beneficiary of Dr. Musharika.
You are the beneficiary?
3 years ago, I attended his conference, organized thing, and what I'm telling you today, I'm a different person.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm appealing to those people who are thinking this money, what this. No. Get your 500 and attend. You never remain the same. I've not been to school. But his lessons was just alone. It has made me go through. He just said, no, dig a pond behind your backyard. And I just did that with a 10 by 10. With that, I managed to buy land. In just a 10 by 10 behind my back.
You've bought land?
Yeah. Sorry?
You have bought land?
Yeah, because I have a dream and a vision now. So I've bought land. Now I'm just looking for the money for the borehole.
So
Once
that
I'm done with that, I'm telling you my vision is going very, very fast. And I'm appealing to women out there, young boys, young girls in Madala. Please attend the conferences when they come to your provinces. You never remain the same, I'm telling you. Yeah? It was just an encouragement. And I thank you, Government TV, for bringing these things to our table.
Madam, Madam Namakando, you see, you hear it from your disciple?
3 years.
3 years. Now she's talking a different story.
Yeah.
And you remember some speakers there, you kept on saying, after this conference, 2-3 years from now, you will not be the same.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm happy to hear, to be honest, unless I met her, I can't even remember who Mama Namakando is, but I'm so happy to hear that she's telling people, forget about this complaint about money. Be there. And she's saying, be there, you'll be like me.
From the backyard?
Because from the backyard, I have bought land.
Dr. Mashalika, I can tell you, like I keep on saying, not because my wife and I are hosting this conference. If it was being hosted by another pastor or another man or yourself, I would have said the same. I have never been in a conference so revealing like this one, so breathtaking, that immediately out of the conference, you feel like, what have I been doing? Just on the platform where we stood there chatting with the people, you know, one man just came and said, you know, Pastor Chua, I'm just going to tender in my resignation. I said, don't tender your resignation before you say to yourself. He says, no. There is no way. Such kind of, and what he has, even the little that you get from the company, he says, Pastor, let the people watch me. In a few years from now, I'll be a millionaire. And one teacher made me laugh when we came out and said, Pastor Chilova, 35 years of teaching. I retire and I'm waiting for $500,000. $500,000. Which these men are saying you can make in 3 months.
Exactly. What is even more, for me, I think what even it drives me to sit with you even at this time and encourage people is the changing times.
The changing time.
You see, I've been saying to people that, look, COVID. What has COVID done? COVID has made us become very careful about not getting infected. Stay home, mask up, keep social distance. But there's one thing we are forgetting. Behind the health message, there's an economic impact. And I have said to people, the economic impact caused by COVID will be more stinging than the infections.
I'm telling you.
Because COVID is like you're under siege. You eat your reserves because you're staying home. You have nothing to do at home apart from watching TV. Bills are increasing. Now, this conference is saying, stop seeing your piece of land the way you have always seen it. Move away from watering grass and start watering food. You know, move away from this life that was normal that time and has become abnormal. Like President Lungu says it, the new normal.
The new normal.
The new normal, you know, we were chatting with friends and I was saying, you can successfully mask up against COVID, but you need to find a way of masking up against poverty.
I'm telling you, you mask up against your life.
Exactly.
And your family.
Exactly. You know, so this is like a wake-up call to say, look, let's mask up against poverty by changing the way we perceive what is around us.
I'm so blessed to receive a phone call from Madam Namakando.
Yeah.
And the testimony.
Yeah.
And she says, look, I'm not educated.
No, thank you so much.
But from the back,
yeah,
because of that man on the seat,
yeah,
I have bought land.
Yeah.
What a challenge.
Yeah.
Madam Namakando, you were born for greatness.
Amen.
And I want you to know that greatness does not just come like rain, wah, 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 then it goes. No, 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 no. Greatness is like a river.
Yeah, it flows.
It flows, and it never knows whether it's rain season or what. Kafiwe river's never been dry. The water may go down, but it has never been dry. Zambezi, same thing. The water may go down, the force may look like an anti-hill, Victoria Falls, but the water flows. And at a certain time, you see the beauty of Victoria Falls. May God richly bless you. Are there some text messages, Mr. Director? And may God richly bless you. Thanks, Dad and Mom, for hosting such a powerful eye-opener seminar. I really want to be part of those great projects that were unveiled. I am the gentleman who told you I work for Tazama Pipeline. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. My Pembe, thank you so much. Pastor, this seminar is mind-blowing. I attended the meeting today, and I'm still coming tomorrow. I'm actually disappointed with the Lusaka people. Imagine we had people coming all the way from Mansa. Surely, let's be serious, Pastor. I now believe you when you say we can pay Zambia's debt. And Dr. Mushalika, thank you. And all the speakers, watch out, for I'm becoming a millionaire, not in Kwacha, but US dollars. Robert from Gafiwe.
You have it, Robert?
You know, people who haven't attended this, they may think Nomba Musamfu. We thank God for, we now have economic freedom fighters. Keep on pushing men of God. BJ from Mufurira. May the Lord bless you, BJ, and may the Lord keep you. Tim Camnet, you were born for greatness. Hello, Pastor. I am Catholic, but I like your broadcasting. Dr. Mushalika, you are so inspiring. But say something about investing in building houses. Patrick Smith. Patrick, okay. Good evening. Good evening, our pastor and Dr. Mushalika, not Mutarika. Many thanks for this program. My heart has been bleeding for a long time. What has gone to our country? What has gone wrong, I think, to our country? My prayers always, God help us, give us people who have passion to our country, rebuild it. I thank that doctor. Example said on his son going to college. I am telling you, didn't sleep like Dr. Kachaka. Morning, have to get money. Whatever this is, pay for my daughter to get her
from college to be there.
Meaning what?
He
What
had
did the
to get
Kachaka
the
say?
daughter. He had to get his daughter from college so that she can attend the conference.
Oh, that's what somebody said?
Yes.
This one, Clement?
Yes.
My goodness. He got the daughter from college?
To attend the conference.
And there was another person who sent the son
Yeah.
to just come and attend this conference. Hey, say something about building.
Building houses, brilliant question. I will say two things. It depends on three factors. Your age. Because income or returns from houses take long. We need to be very open with you. If you spend 300,000 to build a house for rentals, and your tenant is paying you 1,500 per month, you'll be getting 6,000 per year from a house. So if you are above 40, just know that you might never recover your money, but maybe it will be an inheritance for your children. It's a slow business, especially if you're not building big and many houses. And what is happening in Zambia today is that you have a lot of people that have gone into building their own houses. So almost all the potential tenants are now landlords. But there is money if you're building houses for reselling. There is faster money if you're building houses for reselling. So if you're building houses and you're going to be getting your rentals, yes, you have a steady income. But in terms of recovery, in terms of the billions of kwacha we are talking about in this conference, perhaps this could be one of the reasons why we have not included house construction on the program.
And no speaker talked about it.
No one talked about it because we know that chickens are better tenants.
And you never planned this, that I'll speak on this on what?
No.
No one's mentioned to say buy a house for rent.
No. It's like getting a job. Pastor, if you build a house, I know many people have to do that. If you build a house and you're getting 6,000 kwacha from your house, it's as good as getting a job and getting 6,000 as your salary.
That's another point which we never looked at,
Exactly. Yeah. And we have been hoodwinked. It's another lie we have been told. Get a small plot in Matero, build a house.
Build a house, put
and
it on the rent.
pays you 900 kwacha monthly.
And you are comfortable with that.
Maintenance fees and, all these things. You can actually make a lot more money doing something else than building houses.
You see, now you have just extended the conference to the viewers out there.
Perhaps these are some of the things that we can look at tomorrow.
Yeah.
And talk about which areas of investment will turn you into a millionaire and which areas of investment will keep you in survival mode. Survival.
Please talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't forget, because
No,
I
you
want
don't.
to hear
No,
that.
yeah.
I just received a message from our brother Israel Kembo from Zimbabwe, the castor oil man.
Yeah.
He's now in Zambia, he's
Amen.
in Lusaka.
Brilliant.
And it is just awesome for people to think of saying, let me go there. Look at the knowledge you have just shared here.
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Building a house in Chilenje, and you say I'm getting 3,000 kwacha per month.
Get a job.
It's big money.
No, get a job. Get a job and get 3,000.
Get a job. Oh, Tim Cabinet, my crew is tired.
Yeah.
My speaker is tired. And I am tired. We just need to go and absorb. And be able to refresh ourselves. Dr. Musharika, I'll see you in the morning, God willing.
Pleasure.
And those of you that are still doubting, I can tell you, make the money, get, even if you didn't register, that hall is big.
It's big.
That hall is
big.
It is just come and say, I didn't register, I heard my pastor and Dr. Musharika saying, come and get yourself a seat.
Exactly.
The other thing, Dr. Musharika, you people as you are coming, come with money. Dr. Musharika has books which are going at 200 kwacha each.
Yeah.
Dr. Kachaka has books which are going at very cheap, 200 kwacha. How many books have you?
I've written 5 books.
The ones that
But
are
the ones that are available are 2. Two. Yeah, yeah. But they can order the others because they are in print now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you ever miss tomorrow's conference for anything. I have appealed to you. Don't say we never invited you. Keep watching Camnet TV, because Camnet TV is not just another channel. May God bless you.
Amen.